Stadium is located. This is the gymnasium, well, it's called the gymnasium, and the venue for the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals 2024. Our last match of this session sees Jhe-Huei and Po-Hsuan of Chinese Taipei take on their compatriots Li Yang and Wang Chi-Lin. As we saw earlier, Chinese Taipei and Indonesia are both grouped together. Malaysians have been split up, and there's a Danish pair and a Chinese pair as well. The rule is, of course, no more than 2 players or pairs per member association in each category. So Jhe-Huei and Po-Hsuan will play Li Yang and Wang Chi-Lin. They are the Olympic heroes once again, won it 2 times in a row.
Versus Li Yang, Wang Chi-Lin from Chinese Taipei.
So that's a long walk out from where they start out to court 2.
Thank you.
So, pairings then,
Hello.
yeah, have met each other 6 times.
Okay, so
Li
players,
and
look at
Wang
me.
have won
Okay, so would
4
you like
of
to
those
go
6,
red or black?
and they last met at the
You choose
Singapore
red,
Open.
you have black. You're going to do the toss.
23.
Cool. So there. Okay, so it is black. You have choice. Receive, who will receive? Wang to receive, Yang to serve, right side. Okay. Thank you.
So let's meet these players then, starting with Jhe-Huei, 30 years of age, 180 centimeters tall, from Taipei. Currently playing 10th in the world, and actually his best has been with Po-Hsuan. His best has been 7th actually. He used to be with Li Yang, I should say, earlier. Jhe-Huei, who won a bronze in Asian Games before. This is one half of a very impressive pair. Li Yang, 29 years of age, 178 centimeters tall, from Taipei. Ranking is currently 13th. They have been much higher as a world number 2. Wang Chi-Lin still be playing. He's 29, tallest there, 188 centimeters tall. Double Olympic champions from 2020 and 2024.
Ready to play.
World Championships, they finished 3rd in 2018. Asian Games, they got a bronze last year here in Hangzhou, so this has got special memories for them. Asian Championships last year, they finished 3rd. And as a pairing, they have won nine titles together. None this year, but because they're Olympic champions, they get automatic entry. So within the world top 20. That's Metspalu, the service judge. And Jitterbutt of Australia is the umpire.
Wang.
So we're getting rather feisty in the other match, in case you're wondering what all that jeering is about. Anderson's playing Li Feng.
On my right, Po-Hsuan and Jhe-Huei, Chinese Taipei. And on my left, Yang and Wang Chi-Lin, Chinese Taipei. Po-Hsuan to serve to Wang Chi-Lin. Level play.
So, of the last 3 meetings, which have been in the last year and a half, just over a year, I should say, Jhe-Huei and Po-Hsuan have actually won 2 of the 3. The rankings now very tight, 13th against 10th.
Service over, 1.
It's interesting because Li Yang and Wang Chi-Lin have had a fairly unremarkable year. They've won just 21 of their 33 matches.
Two, 1.
So it's about 65% or so. It's nice to see this Olympic pair back. This is their final time together. Wang Chi-Lin and Li Yang, they've barely played since the Olympics, so that's going to be interesting. Just 2 matches before they came here to the World Tour Finals. That was their home tournament at the Taipei Open, where they were out in the 2nd round. There were such hopes for them so soon after the Olympics that they would get quite the welcome and go all the way, but it was not to be.
Service over.
But Li and Yang are the ones who've got the lead at the moment.
Service over, 3-5.
Yeah, It was just quite the remarkable Olympics, wasn't it? Started in the group stages. They won all 3 of their matches, including beating Hoki Kobayashi, Astrup and Rasmussen. They were meant to beat the American pairing of Vincent Chiu and Joshua Young, but the other 2, that was impressive. Then quarterfinals against John Kwon Kedron again. They probably expected to have done well. They met Astrup and Rasmussen again in the semis, won that in 3, and then a dramatic final against Liang Weikeng and Wang Cheng, who were the favourites going into it. They won that in 3, 21-19 in the final game. It was so tight throughout.
Service over, 7-4.
Double Olympic champions, that is not an easy feat. By virtue of the fact, as I said, that they are the Olympic champions, they came in for this. And also there's a thought they might get one more meeting with Astrup and Rasmussen. They'll be drawn together in Group A. Face each other twice in the Olympics. As we said, this is their last dance. Therefore, certainly will be in focus. Li and Wang. As for Li and Yang, Li Jhe-Huei and Yang Po-Hsuan, they've had a very busy season, 21 events. The form has wavered. Well, their best they can, hold their own against any opponents, can't they? We'll look at their record as well, but as I said,
service over, 5-9.
Li Yang is the one who's barely played. He's the one who's going to retire at the end of all of this. Wang Chi-Lin has already moved on. Has played
6-9.
late. He's now with Chu Xiangqie. Just gone wide.
Service over, 10-6.
It's nice to see. There's 3 pairs here that we thought we might not, well, who looked like they were going to end things, and that was this pairing here. There's Cheng Jia Fan, who played a little
service
earlier
over,
and won.
7-10.
Wang Yachong and Zheng Siwei, who were lost earlier, they are here as well. So it's nice to see them. It's sort of like a farewell, if indeed some of them do retire. It's unclear for some.
Service over,
Pretty much on the cards, so you have to say.
11-7 interval.
So Li and Yang are up by 4 here. In the first game.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds. (11-7) play.
From Malaysia.
So just to tell you,
12-7.
Wang Chi-Lin out in the second round of the China Masters recently. They got to the quarters of the Kumamoto Masters Japan. got to the semi-finals of the Korea Masters.
Out in
the opening round of the Macau Open, as well as the China Open. Got to the semis of the Hong Kong Open. So they've had a mixed bag, but not bad given that they've only just been paired together after Young said he was done.
Service over, 8-14.
6 tournaments, 3 early exits, 3 they've gone pretty far. Not bad, considering Chi-Lin having to take the senior partner role. They are trailing by 6 here, and I think there's no surprise at the moment, really. Oh, that's worth the challenge. Certainly, that's what's happened here.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 15-8. Play. Service over. 9-15.
Now 6 points clear, Lee and Young.
Ready to play.
Oh, quickly whipped back
Service over. 16-9.
by Jhe-Huei. 7-point difference now. It's starting to look difficult for Lee and Wang.
Umpire, Court 1, Calvin Jhe-Huei from New Zealand. Service
17-9.
from Mauritius.
Service over. 10-17.
Yeah, hard to try and overcome a lead like this now.
Out. Service over. 18-10.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, King Esther and Scott representing Denmark. And on my left, Goldie and Chi-Lin.
Service over. 11-18.
Chi-Lin to serve to King Esther. Level. Play.
Well, Lee and Young still in pole position here.
One,
12-18.
They're just going to need, I think, a little bit more time to get used to things. Lee and Wang, the pace of it.
13-18.
to be out.
Service over, 19-13. Service over, 14-19.
Service over. 4-1.
Well, they've just stumbled a little bit, Lee and Young, in the last few minutes.
(15-19). Service over.
That
20
shot into the
game
nets
points
from
to
Wang
15.
means there are 5 game points now for Lee and Young.
Service over.
Just tightened up a little bit, just a bit of an improvement. I wonder whether that stands him in good stead for the next game. And so they do take the first game. Then Lee and Young, they started off confidently, led throughout really, and a bit of a recovery from Lee and Wang. It all came a little too late. So 21-16, Lee and Young take the first game.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds. Second game. Level
7-3.
play.
So second game then after a fine start from Lee and Young, who
1-love.
just looked like the pair that's played so much this year. As we said, 21 tournaments. A bit up and down at times.
8-3.
Service over. 1-all.
But we just saw some shoots of recovery from Lee Young and Wang Chi-Lin. But they led from pretty much the start, didn't they? Lee and Young.
Wang Chi-Lin challenges called in.
8-3.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. Service over. 2-1. Play. Service
Play it
over.
from there, really, isn't it?
2-all.
5-8.
Three, 2. Four, 2.
Yeah, as we just get the impression that Li and Wang are looking a little bit more comfortable now. Just takes that bit of rhythm, doesn't it? Get into things again.
5-2.
So we were looking at Li Jhe-Huei, young Po-Hsuan, how they played this so far in the last few tournaments. And China Masters and Kumamoto Masters, they were out in the opening rounds. Korea Masters,
6-2.
they were eliminated in the quarterfinals. And the second round of the Denmark Open, Arctic Open, they got to the quarters again. Opening round of the China Open. Hong Kong Open, they got to the second round. And their home tournament, the Taipei Open, they
Service
won it.
over. 3-6.
At the Korea Open, out in the second round, as well as at the Japan Open. That takes us to up to the Olympic, around the time of the Olympics. So it's not been a great second half of the year. For that pairing.
9-8.
They came into this ranked 5th. They won the 2 titles this year, the German Open and the Taipei Open, the runners-up at the French Open, so all these are early in the year. And of course, a fantastic run of this All England, they were in the semi-finals.
Service over. 7-5.
Yeah, once again, Li and Wang Chi-Lin did not even make the semis of a single tournament this year, which makes their Olympic victory even more impressive when you think about it. When you consider all the 8 players or pairs that have qualified, they are the only ones who have made it here without even getting to a semi-final
6-8.
of a tournament in the year, in the qualifying period. Some evasive maneuvers required earlier.
7-8.
Service over. 9-10. Thank you. Quick time.
Service over. 9-7.
9-10. Play.
has that gone long? It has.
Service over. 8-9.
It's got to be annoying, isn't it? Oh, Li Young did so well! Unbelievable! Almost at the third time. Well, he was prone on the ground
9
and somehow got 2 shots back. Dives there superbly, still there, and he's playing these shots back at will. But in the end, there's only so much you can do from that sort of position. That is a brilliant dive. And then fantastic reflexes to keep the rally alive. This is a man who has not played any competitive badminton since just after the Olympics, so credit to him
9-all.
for how he's performing at the moment. Relative to everyone else who has been very busy on the HSBC BWF World Tour.
Service over. 10-9.
Play.
11-9. Interval.
So at the interval this time it is Li and Wang who have the lead. It's a small one, 11-9, but they're also trailing in this match after Li and Young took the first game.
得分的时候都是你有空的话，然后有的平抽的那个力量。
自己节奏打不了，
上局有点太，
有点太想出力。
就变一拍一拍一拍，没有要加速的感觉。
Court 20 seconds. Court 20
那是
seconds.
真兴奋。
我就一直在往上。
11-9. Play.
13-10.
Service over. 10-11.
13-10. Service over. 11-13.
11-all. Jhe-Huei challenges called in.
So challenge here.
Correction out. Twelve, 11. Play.
Service over. 14-12.
Service over. 12-all.
Please. Please. You guys
12 all, really tightened up, and just seemed a miscalculation there.
13-12. Service over, 13-14.
It's just the 1 point separating these two at the moment, and if Lee and Wang want to take this to 3, they've got to do
14.
something here. Good run of points. And have certainly improved, there's no doubt about it. Great defending and a fantastic bit of disguise
Service over.
from Li Yang,
15,
rolling back the
13.
years. I think there's been a bit of racket damage along the way.
Okay, thank you, players. Back on court.
Service over, 2 power. Service over. 16-13 for total. Thank you.
Service over.
Jhe-Huei gets that
14,
smash
15.
in. So this game, it's been a slightly different story, isn't it? Whereas
Service over, 16-14.
Lee and Young led throughout the first one.
Service over, 14-17.
Played late. Oh, now it's Li Yang who throws himself at it, and they can't get the stop drop right this time.
17.
It's up to 3 points now.
14-17.
That's brilliant from Li Yang. He's just showing that athleticism is still there.
Service over, 18-14.
Some great reactions again. Li Yang, brilliant. He's going to let that go, and he should. It looked like they were in the
14.
ascendancy there, Li and Yang, and suddenly Li and Wang have just... We talked about a run of points. Now they are starting to put it on.
Service over,
Unless there's still an opportunity here for
15-18.
Li and Wang. Li and Yang, sorry, to start to make things uncomfortable.
Service over, 19-15.
Service over, 19-16. Service over, 17-19.
20, game point, 15.
5 game points then for Lee and Wang to take this into a third.
Service over, 16-20. Out, game.
So it is done. So much better from Lee and Wang
Second
in
game,
this second
won
game.
by Li Yang and Wang Chi-Lin, 21-16, 1 game all.
They'll be much happier with that.
他打你，他也不会，位置他打谁都难受。
所以他选一个自以为才是。
有趋势。
21-16 in the second.
得分效率好高。跟打防守，你做一球换给你打防守，都还是得防守。达标了，我达标了。我就只想力拼，不要被6-0。
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds.
That man here has really started to impress Li Yang.
Final game.
He took a little time to get going, understandably,
Play.
but he has grown into this absolutely brilliantly. And the momentum has shifted
Service
back
over.
to the Olympic champions.
1 love.
A case now whether they can maintain it.
Court 1, 20 seconds.
Fault. Service over. 1 all.
Second game. Play.
2-1.
Service over. 1 love.
See if Li Wang can continue that.
Service over. 2 all.
Service over. 1 all.
It's going to go out. Did that need to get played?
Service
by Yang.
over. 3-2.
Up to the group stages.
Service over.
17,
3-all.
And he's with Li Yang. Him and Li Yang.
Service over. Fall 3.
Got an Asian Games bronze medal in 2018 together. So they know each other pretty well. And also won the bronze at the summer, at the Asian, sorry, the Summer University Games 2017.
Service over.
Silver won
4-all.
University Championships 2016. So they certainly played each other. They know each other's game well back in the day.
Service over. 2-3.
5-4.
Service over. 2-5.
Won the World Tour finals before Li Yang and Wang Chi-Lin back in 2020. Reached a couple of semi-finals either side of that as well.
Service over. 5-all.
Wang Chi-Lin's been to previous semi-final in 2018 as well. Different partner.
Service over. 6-5.
Jhe-Huei.
Over. 3-4.
Their last title was the Japan Open
7-5.
last year. Li Yang and Wang Chi-Lin. So it's been a while, more than a year since their last title. In fact, their last final was at the Korean Masters last year against this
Service
very
over.
pair, Jhe-Huei, young
6-7.
Po-Hsuan. They lost in the final. One of the 6 meetings that these pairs have had. Emphatically put away by Li.
Service over. 8-6. Service over. 7-8. Eight all.
Service over. 5-6.
Oh, he miscalculated
Service
on that.
over. 9-8.
Just a little. Wang Chi-Lin.
Service over, 9-all.
Either one of these pairs get into the World Tour finals. Last time out.
10-9. Service over, 10-all.
So halfway through this third game, we're going to have swap aside shortly.
11-10,
Lee and Young.
interval, change ends.
Just in front. A 1-point lead.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds. Eleven, 10. Play.
So Lee and Young now increase their lead to 2.
Service over, 11-12.
That has enough power on it to take it through.
Service
From
over,
Lee.
13-11.
Forces its way through there.
10-6.
Thank you. 13-11.
That's again beautifully placed.
13.
Really good shot.
All.
Court 1, 20 seconds.
Now 13 all.
20 seconds.
Let that go. Well wide in the end.
14-13.
11-7. Play. 12-7.
He's hammering it back here.
Service over, 14 all.
8-13.
Again, it's just starting to tighten up again.
Service over, 15-14.
It's 4-1. It's 5-5. It's 5-5. Play on.
$16-14.
Pressure now. Li and Wang back in front by 2. Now, can they keep this going? Because they showed that they could in the last game. I just wonder also. It's been a long, busy year for Li and Young. Could they just be feeling the effects of it now?
17-14.
They can't believe it. Quite the
Service
reaction.
over, 15-17.
Over.
16-17.
Oh, it's tightening up again. Now we are at 17 all.
Service over,
Li and Wang back in front.
18-17.
Round to the last time they played at the Singapore Open in May. They won in 3, 21-12 in the last game.
19-17.
2 clear and 2 to win.
Match point 17.
So
11-15.
3 match points for the Olympic champions.
Service over, 18-20.
Not quite yet.
12-15.
Game.
The Olympic champions have done it. Took a tough route to get there, but they eventually did. And that'll just give them confidence, won't it, as well? Bigger challenges ahead perhaps, but they'll be delighted to get a win under their belt for this pairing that is going to be saying goodbye soon. They have at least another win under their belt, and there could be more. They'd love to repeat their heroics of the 2020 edition. All good friends, of course. They'll know each other well. And maybe more to come from Li and Wang. Delight for them.
我刚拿到。拜拜，谢谢，谢谢，谢谢。青山杯再见，青山杯再见。
So, in this all Chinese Taipei affair, it is Li Yang and Wang Chi-Lin, the Olympic champions, who win 16-21, 21-16, 21-18. They've done it in 54 minutes. Well, that brings to an end today's session. And tomorrow, on both court 1 and 2, it's day 2 of the HSBC BWF World Tour Finals. Our action begins at 9:30 AM for session 1, and then at 5 PM at court 1 and 2. That's the second session. We look forward to seeing you then. Until 9:30 AM, we bid you goodbye with some incredible scenes of this amazing city that is Hangzhou.